Hello, my name is Hannah Hurdle, and I'm the Library eLearning Specialist in Ottenhemier Library. And today I'm here to talk to you about One Literature, a database available through Ottenhemier Library as an affordable learning resource for faculty and students. One Literature is a collection of over 350,000 works of English language literature. The collection includes poetry, dramatic works, and prose. One Literature is broken down into literary criticism, reference works, author pages, audio and video poetry recordings, and audio recordings of Shakespeare's plays. The criticism section includes articles from over 400 literature journals. The reference section includes a few dozen major reference works. The author pages section includes pages from over 6,000 authors, and each page lists all the content within One Literature related to that author, including biographies, primary texts, criticism, reference work entries, and multimedia resources. The audio and video poetry recordings number several hundred each, and some feature poets reading their own work. Now I'm going to take you through One Literature so you can see how to navigate it as well as view the type of content found there. So you can access One Literature by going to the library's website, ualr.edu/library, go to the services section, and go to databases. Then you can just type in One Literature. It's the first one available. So now we have the database here. So as you can see, we have the criticism search, the primary text, author pages, and reference works. You can also search by audio and video, dissertations, book reviews, and secondary sources. You can also go ahead and it'll take you to the criticism advanced search, primary text advanced search, and a reference work advanced search. You have they have frequently viewed authors listed. So Toni Morrison, Sylvia Plath, John Clare. They have several. And then literature collections, they have the African American Poetry Collection, American Poetry, Black Short Fiction and Folklore, Caribbean Literature, Black Women Writers. They have a bunch of different literature collections you can look at. And then they have those audio and video collections. So there's those Shakespeare audio plays, Poets on Screen, and then BBC literary adaptations. You can also do a basic search, an advanced search, a publication search, or just browse. So now let's go into, and you can also just search everything. So let's do some searches so you can see what everything looks like. So let's just do a search for Shakespeare to start. So you can see that they've already applied the criticism. It's filtered for me. So that's the only content type available for me right now since I did a criticism search. I can limit to full text and peer reviewed. I can do by publication date, publication title, document type, so articles, books, reviews, commentaries, subjects, or language. So you can see all of the content that they have without me applying any other limiters. So I can go into one of these articles. So like other databases, you can download that full text PDF or view it right here. They have related items on the side. You can download it, use that citation tool. So this can be good for students if they're using this in a paper for a project. You can email it to yourself, print it out. Under all options, you can save it to Google Drive. So this is good for students so they can save and access this content in different ways. So let's go back and let's go to document type and limit to book. So this is saying other sources. But if you go further, we actually have some books on Shakespeare. So there actually are some Shakespeare plays that are not listed right here, but you can search for specific Shakespeare plays, and those are available in this database. Let's do criticism. Misspelled that. You can take a second. So we do have, doesn't seem to be pulling up that one, but you do see that it is now, it's pulling up different searches. You have criticism, primary text search, author pages, reference works, audio and video, dissertations, book reviews. So the search looks a little bit different than other databases does. Let's go back to the main page. I'm just clicking on ProQuest 1 literature. So we can do a search for a primary text. Let's do Maya Angelou, just subject. So you can see we have some scholarly journals, we have some books, a magazine, and so we have, there's a lot of her poems that are available. It'll load. So database can take a second sometimes. So there are a lot of poems in this collection. We can get a look a little bit. That'll take you to her author page, which I'll show you a different one in a second. But you can search in the document as well. You have that option. You can also look at document formats. So this one, they only have full text, but other documents might have different formats. We're going to go back. So for authors pages, I'll scroll down. Let's go to, these are some of those author pages. You can browse authors by literary period, literary movement, or name. So if you click on that link, we have literary periods, literary movements, authors, literature collections. There's even some study guides on different authors and their works. There's a bunch of different ways to search for content. So let's go to Langston Hughes. So this is his author page. They're all set up the same. So you have just some basic information about him. You can read their full ProQuest biography. So you get a good information about the author. Scroll back up. You can view their most viewed primary text. You can view criticism on this author, criticism over time. So they have some data or statistics. You can look at relevant reference works. You can look at authors from the same literary movement. So say you're maybe comparing authors. You can look at different dissertations and theses on this author or their works. Some authors will have related videos and audios as well. So this is good if you're looking for something on a specific author. And these links just take you to that section of the page. So you can copy the URL for this author page, email it to yourself, or print it out. Let's go back to ProQuest 1 literature. So let's do a reference work. I'm going to do Jane Austen. Let's do Emma instead of a subject search. So we have Emma by Jane Austen. So we do have the book. We have an encyclopedia of reference, the book again. So these are all mostly books. So this is like I did a reference work search. Let's just do one on just Jane Austen in general and not Emma. So you can see that most of the reference works are books. But you do have, I'm going to get rid of this link. So there's all the content types. You can see there's criticism, again, dissertation. So this is all like what's on that first page that I showed you. But it tells you how many of each thing the database has on Jane Austen. So let's go back to ProQuest 1 literature. And let's look at the literature collection now. Let's do Black women writers. So the literature collection is set up similar to the author's pages. You have a little description. You can search in the collection or do an advanced search. You have authors from this literature collection, so everyone who's included, their most viewed primary texts, recent criticism, recommended reference works, and then related literary movements as well. So again, going to go back to the main page. So it's very easy to navigate. The format is similar for everything, so it's easy to use. So let's do, let's do Shakespeare audio plays. And this is one of their, actually let's do, since we already talked about Shakespeare, let's go to Poets on Screen because they have videos of people reading their own poetry. So we have all these videos that you can view. There's some information about the collection. So you can view the video in the database, and it can take a second to load. And you have, so you can view it here. You have a transcript that is searchable. You can embed this video. It also has permalinks. All the videos in this database have these options. And you have some metadata about the video, related items. So again, it's all formatted very similarly. And then let's do, so like I said, you have that basic search, the advanced search. So you have a lot more of the limiters right here. And you can search specifically for poetry, drama, or prose. You can do a publication search. This is specifically looking at publications. So this is how it's formatted. So you can limit by source types, literature collection, an author and editor, a publication subject, or a publisher. So you can search specifically for something in the title begins with, in the subject or the publication summary. Or you can just, if you know what you're looking for, you could search alphabetically. You can view the summary or just view the title if you would like, and it'll tell you if there's full text available or not. Back to the main page. You can also just browse. So this, you can do by literary period, literary movement. I've showed this earlier as well. So this is what's under browse. And similar to other ProQuest databases, if you make an account, you can save things into folders. You can view recent searches. And so you can come back to whatever content that you save if you don't want, email it to yourself or print it out or something like that. So that is One Literature. It truly has so much to offer faculty, students, and course instruction. Not only does it promote the use of affordable learning content, but it also gives students the opportunity to dive deeper into different literary works and gain a better understanding of them. So I hope you find this video helpful and your students do as well. Thank you.